3.
I didn't think of that as it was happening. No, maybe the Thunder fans did. I was just trying to win the game. We were trying to hang on, and but it was great to see Clay, hit those back-to-back threes to kind of seal the win. Just fun to have him back, and he looks great out there. He's moving great. It's fun to be able to play him 29 minutes. Bump that up. So it's great to have Clay back.
I think you only played like 12 or 13 in the first half and then really pushed it in the second.
Yeah.
Was that by design?
That was by design. Yeah, we wanted to get him, more minutes in the second half, and I think it'll start to be a cleaner rotation from here on out as he continues to bump up the minutes.
What does like a cleaner rotation look like? What does that term mean?
Meaning we don't have to think about it. Like we don't have to pull him out. He might be going really well, and we could play him a few extra minutes without having to follow, a strict guideline. So more fluid, I should probably call it.
How this game ended, was it Clay helped the game end? He had those extra minutes at the end he could play instead of being on a restriction, because I think earlier you mentioned trying to figure out ways to make sure he was in late game situations. So was it nice to have that 30-minute not cushion, but a little bit more anyway?
Yeah. That was great to be able to have him out there, and obviously, we're still dealing with injuries to key guys. I mean, without Draymond, changes our rotation dramatically. We held out Andre out in the second half because he tightened up his back. So we were kind of scrambling a little bit in the fourth quarter. Moses played in Andre's minutes, did a great job, and it was nice to get him some really key moments in a pressurized game, and I thought he handled it beautifully. I thought Jordan Poole played a fantastic game, really decisive and efficient with the ball. And Steph too, the ball moved beautifully tonight, 30 assists. And for the most part, we took care of it. Biggest issue for us tonight was the offensive boards. They had 18 of them. All those extra possessions was what allowed them to stay in the game.
Do you blame that on just you weren't really small, obviously, a ton, or did you feel like even with that there was lack of boxing out?
Yeah, I mean, if you are going small, everybody's got to be vigilant and on their toes and proactive rather than reactive. And I felt like we were kind of reactive on several plays, just kind of ball watching. So it's there's a combination of maybe a smaller lineup, but also not being as aggressive as we needed to be.
What have you thought of Jonathan's past 3 games?
JK's been great. He had a really nice night tonight in a stretch in the first half where he set a beautiful screen for Jordan. Jordan went in and got a dunk. And what I loved about that play was he had the ball earlier in the possession and he just got the ball out of his hands quickly and went up and set the screen. It was 0.5 basketball. It's everything we try to preach on a daily basis. So JK is starting to feel more and more comfortable with what we're trying to accomplish on the floor. Still got a long way to go, but getting better every day.
Back, is it much of a concern, or is it just after not playing for 8-9 games?
I mean, it's a concern. I mean, he hasn't played, and then his first game back, it tightens up, so it's definitely a concern. We need him. You could see how good he was in that first half. He just does so many things for us. So I'm definitely concerned.
Is this second unit with Kuminga at the 5? Is that something you hope to turn more to?
Well, it's we're just kind of putting lineups together that we think can be successful, but as we get healthier, Draymond will be playing some 5. We'll see how it all plays out, but he's definitely perfectly suited to play a small five, just with his strength.
Yeah, like step over and take that charge.
Yeah. Steph took one and JK took one also. That was great. I thought we had a little more activity defensively tonight. Wasn't a great night defensively, but there were signs that we were a little bit better. So hopefully that continues.
What is it about JK's game that allows him to move into that small ball five?
Just his strength and power and explosion. The league is generally small now, and there's a lot of fives who are, basically fours who have been, moved up to the five spot. So, we wouldn't have him guard Joel Embiid or anything, but with most of the matchups each night, JK is perfectly capable of handling that spot defensively.
I'm sorry if you touched on this earlier, but how nice was it to see Clay hit those shots up there? Kind of a clutch situation.
Oh, it was great. All I could think about was that game a few years ago. No, I'm just kidding. It was awesome just to have to Clay back in crunch time, knowing the defense was going to be heavily slanted towards Steph, and for Clay to get free and knock down a couple shots was really fun to see.
Just bigger picture, how does it make you feel that you're on a 9-game winning streak without Draymond and without Andre, both of that?
Yeah, it speaks really well of our team and our depth and the character and the guts of our players. They've adapted really well. We've had a lot of guys contribute. We've had guys, like Moses and Juan and Damian Lee, just stay ready, and really contribute to winning on the nights when we call upon them, and stay ready when we don't. And that's so huge. Everybody's approach each night is crucial. And I feel like right now we're in a great place emotionally. Our guys have a good spirit, and they're sacrificing, and they know their chance will come. And along with that, I feel like we're really moving the ball. It's, the offense has clicked over the last couple of weeks. And that's allowed us to outscore some teams during this stretch, which we've needed to, because our defense hasn't been great.
Obviously, you never want guys like Draymond and Andre to be injured, but do you think in the grand scheme of things that this experience for the younger guys can be beneficial come playoff time?
Yeah, 100%. Just getting JK and Moses time, in these situations is crucial for their development. So, you've got to use these opportunities as a staff, but also the players individually.
All right, let's do one on Zoom. Michael Shapiro, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. I wanted to ask you about Jonathan Kuminga as well. You're, of course, focused on who he is as a player right now, but do you ever kind of take note of the star flashes that he'll kind of show on a given night?
Of course. I think that's the reason we selected him in the draft, because he's got a high ceiling, and you can see the potential for bigger things from him. But we're focused right now on just trying to help him develop, and he's doing a great job of learning all the nuances that he needs to learn in order to become a really good player in the league. So very happy with his development, and definitely excited about his future.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
What's it been like for you watching Clay the first 10 games or so he's been back?
I never really watched him in his really prime time, but like whatever he's been doing since the first game he played, he has been way better compared to the first game. And I don't know how I feel like, but I feel like, to me, the way I feel like he's kind of back to where he used to be at.
Did you watch him much back in, 5 years ago? How about the game here where, he had 11 threes in playoff games?
I watched a little time of that. He only been back for a couple of games, but I think in the next couple games, next 5, he pretty much gonna be back where he used to be at for sure.
Past several games, have things just felt like they're moving a little bit slower for you? Like you feel like you're figuring it out at this level?
I mean, it's just a lot of work and a lot of sitting down with coaches, watching film, and knowing where I need to be at every position, and just pretty much knowing my role.
How comfortable are you playing 5?
Man, with the way we play, everybody play 5, so you just gotta go out there and do what you gotta do to help the team. So it don't matter if I play in 1 or 2. I'm comfortable in any position.
Have you played much 5 before this?
Not really.
Is there any added motivation tonight knowing that Oklahoma City passed on you at number 6?
No, I don't worry about that at all. I'm just focused on helping the team to win. You know, if I just keep up with that same idea in my mind, talking about the pass on me, you know, I'm always gonna try and go out there and try to do whatever I'm not supposed to do. So I don't really be keeping up with that. I'm just focused on helping the team win. So,
What's been the biggest adjustment for you picking up those minutes at the 5?
like I said, it's just coming out in the game. We don't have any 5, we don't have any 3, whatever 1. Sometimes Steph played a 3 and it's the true point guard, but it's coming in the game, playing a role, doing a little detail to tell you to do. That's it.
Is that small ball unit, is that fun to play with?
I mean, it is fun to play everybody else. Small ball with Loon on the court, you know. Even having Loon is even way more fun, but playing with everybody on the court is super fun.
Is that the first NBA charge you've taken?
I would say my first charge, I think, in my life. Or second. Yeah, I never took a charge before. I'll say it's the second time because I took one in the G League, like night before. And everybody was really proud of me. This is my second time, so.
Or is that something that Mike Brown or somebody's been in your ear about at all?
There was some day Draymond said Steph cannot be the leading scorer and taking all the charges. So, you know, if somebody said that, I mean, everybody else got to take the charge. So, got to do what you got to do.
You like the charge more or the putback done?
The charge more.
Let's do one on Zoom. Mark Haynes, go ahead.
Hey, JK. You know, is it a little bit disappointing that you got overlooked on the Rising Star game?
I mean, they did what they did. You know, I ain't really worried about that. As long as I'm still playing here, getting better every single day. Because, you know, especially most of the time when you go to the Rising game, it's not like really helping you working on your own crafts. It's just like a fun game. I mean, I would love to be there, but they passed on me, so I ain't got to worry about that. I'm just focused on the future now, helping the team and win and just getting better every day.
Perfect answer. We'll get someone else in there shortly. Thank you, sir.
He's been playing really well. He's been really aggressive, letting the game come to him. I feel like we do a really good job of putting him in spots where he can be aggressive and just play his game.
Did you watch that Clay game from Game 6, 2016? It would have been here when he had 11 threes.
Yeah.
Did you at all think about that tonight late when he's hitting threes in the same building?
I mean, you think that every time they shoot the ball, you know, they're liable to get hot quick. It doesn't matter who or where. So, I mean, it's Clay, it's Steph, and they can get hot whenever.
What's it been like for you, you know, playing with Clay first time many weeks back?
It's cool to see him out there. You know, I've been seeing Steph the last 2 years, and Clay brings a different dynamic. You know, so seeing how aggressive he is on the ball, and seeing what I can learn and I can take from that is huge.
How good did that dunk feel?
It was cool. It was all right.
Not 10 out of 10.
Definitely not 10 out of 10.
That second unit with JK, he was the one who set the screen and gave the ball.
Right.
Is that coming together more and more, just like game by game?
Yeah, we're getting the chemistry. The more reps we get, and we're in ball screen, try to put him in the best possible situation for him to be aggressive, and it's been paying off.
Do you like finding him down low in the paint as he's playing the 5?
I mean, if I can get him a bucket without having to make him work too hard, I'm gonna try that every time. And that's just normally what I tell my bigs or anybody that's setting the screen. So As long as he catch the ball, he gets some easy layups. There it is.